This is part 10 of C# tutorials for beginners, and in this video we'll cover while loop and also the do while loop. In our previous video, that is part 9, we looked at C# switch statement. Now in this video we'll be looking about while loop and also the do while loop. So in while loop we have the while and the condition. This block of code will be executed as long as this condition is met. So the loop will run until the condition is met. In the second loop, that is the do while loop, we execute the code and loop through the condition. So it's the other way around. Let me flip to Visual Studio so that we can see in detail what I mean. This is the project that we've been working on. I'll have to clean my code first so that we can proceed. In while loop, I'll initialize maybe int x and I give it to value 0. Value 0. Let me zoom a bit. While x is less than 5, maybe I print. So I'll say console.writeLine. Let me use string concatenation so that I'll say the value is, then I use the string concatenation. I have to add there the $sign, then I put there x. The loop will run. It will check x, that is 0, is less than 5. When x is less than 5, it will execute this code. Then we increment the value of x. So we'll say x plus plus. It will increase the value of x to 1. Then the loop goes again. Now we have 1. 1 compares, is 1 less than 5? Yes, it's true. It will also print the value of x and it increment. Now we have our x is equals to 1. After incrementing, it will be x is equals to 2. Goes again and check. The loop runs again. Checks, is 2 less than 5? Yes. When 2 is less than 5, this code will be executed. It runs over and over until this condition is not true. So if the condition is not true, the loop will break. Let me save the project and I run so that we can see. You give it a couple of times and you'll notice in the output window we have the value is 0, 1, 2, 3 until 4. So you see we initialize our x to be 0. So the loop will start at 0 and it remains until when the value of x is 4. You will notice 4 is less than 5. And when it tries to increment it again, it will find 5 is not less than 5 unless I add here is less than or equal to. Save and build the project. You'll notice in the output window we'll have 5 as one of them. Now we have the second type of loop, that is the do while loop. In this case, we'll execute the code first, then we check the condition. Let me show you that in Visual Studio. I'll modify my code here. I'll say do, then I copy this code here, I cut it and put it there. It will come and execute this and then come and check the value of x. We have to remove this one so that the code can now make sense. We have int x is equals to 0, then it will execute this code and check the condition. It's the same thing. When I save and run the project, we'll notice in the output window, we have the same thing. You see, we have the value is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. In the example below, the code in the loop will run over and over again as long as the variable, that is, our variable is x, is less than 5 or equal to 5. Yeah, loops are handy because they save time, they also reduce errors, and they make code more readable. That's it about do while loop. We'll get to know more as we progress and continue. In our next episode, we'll be looking more about C# fundamentals and dive into more. Thank you for listening. That is Developer Akili signing off.